Hello, my name is Ms. Thompson. I am your school-to-home parent trainer for this evening. Crozier Middle School is a school-to-home school. There is an activity at the end of this presentation. You will continue with the Google form and answer the remaining questions as they pertain to this slide presentation. School to Home was developed by the California Emerging Technology Fund, and it was funded to close the digital divide and close the achievement gap. What is school to home and why is school to home important? We'll be talking about those two factors as we go on. School to home has core components: leadership, a device for every student, as I mentioned before. Parent engagement is a very, very important core component for school to home. Teacher development, where teachers go to workshops so we can develop skills to use the Chromebooks that every student has, and affordable internet at home. Just like in traditional learning environments, a parent's role and impact on student success is both critical and apparent. Parents serve as a coach for their students. They are their first teachers, their first coaches, and at any age, they support them through their learning process. Parents, you are the most important tool we have. Children consistently observe how the significant adults in their lives treat one another, how decisions are made and executed, and how problems are solved. All the experiences children have, both in and out of school, help shape their sense that someone cares about them. It helps build their feelings of self-worth and competency, and it helps them understand the world around them and their beliefs about where they fit into the scheme of things. Additional school to home core components are teacher coaching. We have a teacher coach, Mrs. Rush, and then we have a student technical expert development team, which are students in our school who are trained to fix computers. If a student breaks a screen and brings it back to Crozier, those students are trained to fix that screen and to troubleshoot our devices. We have many online resources, which I will be going over. We have learning academies, and we have evaluations for our program. What can we do better? What did we do well? So going forward, we can apply that knowledge and understanding. What changes have you seen in how students are taught today? Classrooms, well, we had remote classrooms this time. Resources, when I was in school, we did not have computers, so we didn't have all these online resources to use, and tools to help with engagement. Now we'll talk about the school device itself. It is called a Chromebook because it runs on the Chrome operating system, which has Google. They are low maintenance. They are always updated with security and safety protocols. We have a responsibility of use policy, and we have technical assistance that is available to you. As I said, Mrs. Rush, the first one is her Inglewood email. The second one is Efren Torres, who also supports us, and that is his email along with the school phone number. Technology at our school. We talked about your child's device, which is a Chromebook, and we will be talking about the applications your child will be using. And we will be talking about the internet and some of the dangers of the internet. We also work in the cloud. These computers do not have an internal memory, so everything goes to the cloud out there somewhere. We'll be talking about the G Suite, which holds our Google, all our Google sites, and we'll talk about the benefits of using this technology. This is the G Suite. When you open Google at any time, in the corner you will see 3 rows of 3, and that is actually called a waffle. And when you click on that waffle, then you will be exposed to the Gmail, Google Drives, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Forms, Google Meets, and all these things. And Google Classroom is something that your child will be utilizing each and every day because teachers post all assignments and information into Google Classroom. So parents, please ask your child to open their Google Classroom so you can see what is going on with them and the assignments. These are our online resources we use. Use Google Classroom, as I said. Number one, all assignments, all information, scores, everything is on Google Classroom for your child. Google Drive gives us the opportunity to access all our Google Suite. We have Google Forms, we have Google Slides, we have Google Docs. We have Aries, which is our student database, and especially for grades and attendance parents, we will be giving you a password to sign into your Aries account for your child. And please check that early and often. And of course, we have Zoom. Of course, everyone's now very familiar with Zoom since we used it for a year and a half. We will not be using Zoom for class instruction this year. We may be using it for hybrid learning. We have an iReady program, which is a math skills program, and that finds holes or deficiencies that our students may have. They take a pre-assessment, and then they get lessons based on what the program has deemed they need help in. We also have Achieve 3000, which is a reading skills program. And it essentially does the same thing as iReady, except for reading. It has a pre-assessment. The students are then given stories based on their skill level. And these two programs are meant to boost students' achievement. Crozier has an expectation that each child will pass one lesson successfully every week of these two programs. We also have Cornell Notes, which is a uniform way of taking notes. It is a school-wide uniform way that we use. We have quizzes, a software students use to take quizzes and or tests. And I also use quizzes for lessons. You can develop lessons on quizzes. I can send that lesson to their Google Classroom. Therefore, they have access to that lesson anytime they need to. We have Kami, which is an annotation software. If the students are given some type of paper that they need to write on, they can open Kami and use Kami, annotate or write, or actually even do a math handout. And just FYI, I do teach algebra and social studies on the 8th grade level. So these are programs I definitely use. Pear Deck is an interactive slide deck. Edpuzzle, one of my favorites. You take a video from YouTube and you can put questions throughout the video stops and the students answer the questions. We use this for quizzes, and also we use it to check for understanding. Padlet, we have for questions and answers, and every teacher has a Padlet. And let's say after school, the child may have a question. They can put the question on Padlet. We do look at our Padlets. We can send them a video of ourselves explaining. We can send them some additional resources to use. And then we use Flipgrid, which generates informational slides, and Desmos. Oh, love, 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 love Desmos. It's an interactive math program, and students really like it, and they can do it at their own pace. So that is a really good program, and we'll be utilizing that a lot this school year. Now we have our learning management system, which is Aries, and you sign on to Aries. You'll be given your own password for Aries, and you want to check for grades and assignments missed, communicate with teachers, and obtain school forms. And then you'll have an Aries account, and we will give you information, and you're going to sign on to your Aries account, and you want to know how to get on Aries and to get in Google Classroom, which I did say before. And then here you see the school number also. And if you want to communicate with any teacher, all you have to do is know their first name and then dot their last name at inglewoodusd.com. That's how you can communicate with any teacher on campus. We have tips and tools to support learning at home. We want to set our students up for success. We want to help our students stay focused. We want to encourage effort. Everything isn't about mastery. Some things are just about the effort you put into something, and mastery will come. We want to manage motivation. We want our children to stay motivated. And most importantly, we want to keep sane. We had a rough year and a half. It was rough on the students, on the teachers, on the parents, on everybody. And we all just need to stop and breathe sometime and just be okay. Just be okay in the moment. We have the characteristics of successful online learners. Now, in general, a successful online learner is someone who is successful in an online learning environment, and that is what we're talking about. And that means there's a parent who is supporting and checking their child's progress on a daily or weekly basis, depending on the age of the child. And a child who is able to stay on task and work independently, of course, will be in school this year, but lessons go beyond school and there is work to be done independently of the school setting. We want complete assignments and flexibility in setting. We all can't have a quiet, lovely setting all the time, but students need to learn how to focus in different settings. We need to be able to have our students to organize their time and work effectively within time constraints. And can we self-reflect and look at the work we're doing and make changes? That is called problem solving. And we need a thoughtful reader. That's why we have the Achieve Reading program. You cannot do anything if you cannot read. And reading goes across all disciplines, all academic levels. So our students need to be reading and readers, lifelong readers. Uh, Students need to be able to ask questions and have a desire to learn new things. Everything we aren't interested in, but there should be something that we are interested in, and that opens up our mind to different things. We need to be self-motivated, and our students need to be committed to learning and to reach out for help. It seems like a lot of people have problems saying, I need help. Now, I have many degrees and certificates, but I reach out to my peers. I learn things from students. I learn things from other people. And when I need help, I say I need help. I have um, an administrator I can go to. I have counselors I can go to. I have teachers I can go to. But I still ask for help because everyone does not know everything. And we need our students to maintain a steady area with reliable internet access. And school to home does have affordable internet that we can let you know the information about. And students, well, our students were raised on technology. When I was in school, we didn't have technology. I think a typewriter was technology. But how do we use that technology to learn? And then we have some tips for younger students. They need to maybe have an adult help them find work and use different digital tools and to keep that child on a daily schedule and provide continual support with their lessons. And reading once again, read daily with our students or have our students read daily to us. My mother used to just be washing dishes or doing whatever she was doing, and she'd tell me to read a book to me. And I'd have to sit there and read because she wanted to know how my language was developing. And I was struggling with words, so she could intervene. Communicate with the student's teacher and follow up on teacher suggestions and help your child log into and participate in scheduled online lessons with the teacher. Once again, we'll be in the classroom. The teacher still will be using online to help some students individually. We have email essentials, we have email basics, and I told you how to email any teacher at Crozier Middle School, anyone at Crozier Middle School and in Inglewood Unified, their first name dot their last name at inglewoodusd.com. And then we have tricks and tips to navigate our emails and Google Classrooms and our Google Suite. Safety and security is of the utmost importance. We're dealing with children, and our children don't actually know all the dangers out there. And parents, I just threw this in here. I want you to go to howsecureismypassword.com, howsecureismypassword.com. We all have passwords for our phone, for this, for that, for banking, for this, to go on Amazon. That's just me. And please go on howsecureismypassword.com because we can see there's a lot of hacking going on. And that will tell you about those passwords that we tend to use over and over again, how strong they are. And then maybe you can come up with something else. Usually passwords with numbers and characters and letters are the hardest passwords to break into. So please go on to that and check your own passwords. Internet at home, the importance of the internet at home so students can have access to academic materials. And there are types of internet. I don't know if anyone still has a rotary or a phone internet. Some people may. And then we have low cost offers. And we also have hotspots in case you don't have access to the internet at home. You can come to Crozier Middle School and ask for a hotspot. Or if you live near the district office on Inglewood Avenue, you can go there and ask for a hotspot. And that will then lend you access to the internet at your home. Why the internet? Because everyone can then have access to education. Internet has so many good sites on them, and we do teach the kids about good sites and bad sites and research, and it has videos and all type of things to assist with learning. And then for parents, you can also use a computer. We only ask that when your child needs their computer that they have priority. But uh, parents, you can use the computer also to look up government services, go shopping. Did I say Amazon before? And to pay bills and things of that nature. So the family can use the computer. We only ask that the students have access to the computer when they need it so we can close that digital divide and that learning gap. Digital citizenship is very important these days because our students are on all kinds of devices and they don't know about privacy and safety. Cyberbullying is a big deal, and digital footprints and social media. And we'll be talking about cyberbullying. Crozier Middle School has a non-bullying policy. Cyberbullying, regular bullying, it is not something that we put up with, and we address it very, very quickly. And parents, if your child is having a problem with bullying in any means, please call the school, have your child tell their teacher, or you can come up to the school yourself or call the school and let us know. We can't do anything about something we don't know anything about. And then there's that social media. Oof. Oh, yeah, that's a rough one. We'll be talking about digital footprint. And a digital footprint is one unique set of digital activities, actions, and communications that leave a digital trace. Anytime you use any type of device, it leaves a digital footprint. And we're talking about the internet on a computer, any other digital device, a phone that can identify the particular user or device. Believe me, they can identify who is using a device or where the device is. So in other words, what you left behind is you may just be casually browsing the web or posting on social media or even typing into a chat service, whether or not you're aware you contribute to your digital footprint or profile each day when you log onto the internet, the websites you visit, the news posts you comment on, the comments you leave on social media platforms. Each of these items come together to create a portrait of your online life, and it is always out there. It doesn't matter what you delete. Uh, that footprint remains. So we're talking about the way we behave online, and that is digital citizenship because our students have grown up with technology all around them. They're not yet really knowledgeable of the far-reaching effects of that technology or commenting on Facebook. And a poor decision made in a split second can damage a child's digital footprint and follow them into adulthood. Because once again, even if you delete a social media um, post or your whole account, it does not quite go away. So a digital footprint can negatively affect your teen if they aren't careful. For example, according to a study by Career Builders, which is actually an employment opportunity company, 70% of employers say they actually screen potential employees on social media. And what they find does have an impact on hiring decisions. And that number is going higher and higher. And from that same Career Builder study, 51% of employers found content on social media that has caused them to pass on an otherwise good candidate. And it could be something they posted 5 years ago. And most common reasons they pass include provocative or inappropriate photos or information, bad mouthing, whether it's bad mouthing a previous company, a fellow employee, or somebody else online. And then that poor communication, and that goes back to reading. Companies want people who can communicate and problem solve. So reading and math, that's why it's always pushed, because that helps our students uh, be marketable. A survey from Kaplan found that 40% of college admission officers, they visit social media pages, and I know that number has gone up to at least 60% right now. So Kaplan is a college website. This means that what a teen posts online can have a significant impact on their success later in life. And I do not think that our students realize that. The important internet sites, of course, Crozier. There is Crozier site, the district website. That's for the district. We have Common Sense Media that helps with digital citizenship, and Khan Academy. There is nothing out there that is more beneficial to students than Khan Academy as far as academics. Khan Academy has videos from students from kindergarten to actually college. They have calculus, they have engineering. So please utilize Khan Academy. If your student at home and says, I don't understand this concept in algebra, and you're like, I don't either. Khan Academy. Go to YouTube, just type it in, and Khan Academy has videos on everything now. Everything, social studies, English, science. So search it out on YouTube, and please utilize Khan Academy, all right? Because I know it's been a while since some of the parents have been in school, and there are some things that we just don't remember because we do not use them anymore. Oh, we're headed for the finish line. We are almost there, people. We have concluding thoughts. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment box on your Google form as you finish it. There's a quick little survey on there. And then please remember all the resources. And if you need help, you can email me, Ms. Rudge, Mr. Torres, anybody. And we will be announcing later on the dates for the second workshop will probably happen around probably the end of the year, early into next year. I thank you for your time. Guys, have a good evening.